So here we are again. Today we are going to conclude this network diagram. We have installed it in the last video. We have installed this router. We access it via SSH protocol to this router. Now we're going to install two other more routers. We're going to connect them between this interface, and then we're going to make to install static routes and also RIP protocol over this Vyos vyatta routers. So this one is already installed. Let me check here. So here we have the router. I'm going to put this bigger and run show interface. So this router, it has already 4 interfaces according to the drawing. And is it live already? Yeah. And we're going to install 2 other more. We're going to install right now. We're going to install R2. We're going to configure this interface, and then we'll access to this router via SSH also, because it will be easier. And I also may copy this information to the document. So to install another router, and just for remembering, where is it? New, the name of the router will be Paul year 18. This will be Vyos and will be R2. The Vyos, it runs with Quagga protocol over Debian 64 bits. The size of a memory, the RAM, will be 500 kilobytes. We're going to create VDI dynamic allocated, and the size only 2 gigs is enough, and then we create it. Now here is the most important part. We have to add adapters and configure them. The name of the internal network adapters must be as we did, where is it? Must be as we did here. So the first interface will be internal and will be connected, so we can connect to this router with R1, R2. The second, or the HT1 interface, will be to R2 West. The third H2 will be to R2 South, and the fourth R2, R3. So first one, R1, R2. Second adapter, also internal network, will be R2 West. The third, or HT2, will be internal network, R2 South. And the fourth will be internal network, R2, R3. So this is the important part. It will be able to have direct connection between routers. The storage is, we'll say that will be for Vyos. Okay, and then we're going to install it. So start. As it says here, the password and the default login will be Vyos. Vyos, you can change it, of course, after making the access to this router secure. So Vyos, then Vyos. I'm going to open this file again, this window, and you only have to do is install image. Yes, I'm going to install. Partition will be auto. The image will be SDA. Yes, we want to destroy everything. This will be the size. and after the name of the image, and the information will be saved or copied to config.boot, an important file, and we're going to give another password just in case, I hope. And we'll also install grub as the bootloader, and there it is. So then we'll reboot, and also pay attention when you are rebooting. Say yes, and here you have to remove, or the virtual machine will start over again with the CD-ROM. So remove it, and right now we are forcing to run directly from the hard disk that we have installed. Okay, so again I'm going to open. Login will be Vyos. This is the default user, the password that we gave, and right now what we're going to do is we're going to enable this interface, enable also SSH protocol, and give a name, so you know that we are on R2, and then since we are inside the R1, then we're going to make another session of SSH to R2. So configure, the command will be set interface Ethernet HT0, address will be 10.0.0.2/30. Set service, I'm going to enable SSH on port 22, of course, and we're going to give a name. Set system host name will be R2. Okay, then we have to commit so that the router accepts this configuration. You can see run show interface, and right now we have only the first one, HT0, as in the drawing, our logical drawing, and then we do the saves so that the information will be saved. So right now we're going to continue the configuration by CentOS. The CentOS is already, as you can check, I'm going to do it from the beginning, exit. So this is our router, our CentOS. We have here a machine, could be anyone who had the software to access via SSH, could be with PuTTY or any other software. We're going to access this router, and then we're going to access this one, and we're going to continue the configuration over SSH. So SSH, the user, the IP address 192.168.10.254, the password, and right now you are on R1, and from R1 we're going to make another SSH section to 10.0.0. Oh, before we do this, it might be useful to check if the two routers they have connection. So you can do a ping 10.0.0.2. As you can see, we have connection to the interface that we have configured. So SSH Vyos at 10.0.0.2. Yes, the password of the R2 router, or the user of the R2 router. So right now we are on R2 router, and looking again to the drawing, we're going to give this IP address to this interface with this description, and the same to HT2 and H3. So configure, then we set interface Ethernet HT1 address 192.168. The network will be 30 and the IP 254.24. The description only for will be R2 West. And now we make the configuration for HT2. It's 40 and the description is R2 South. And then we have the HT1, now the last interface H3 will be 10.0.0.5/30 and oops, sorry, missing address here. Address, and then description will be R2 R3. We have to save this information or apply it to the router and save it, and if you do a run show interfaces, we'll find out that we have all the configuration. So I'm going to copy this to the file, configuration of R2. For this, let me copy. We have to do some here. This is what we've done. So in this case, it will be R0 and the IP address 10.0.0.230, R2 port commit, and then we have access via SSH CentOS to R1, and then we did, and then take here. Then we make another SSH session. Where is it? It's missing here. Yeah. We check connectivity between routers. Then we make another session, SSH session R1 to R2, and then establish the session, and then we configure everything. It's filed here. Okay. So right now we have this configuration. Have you done? Have you finished? Now, question. Or questions. A. Can CentOS or Pastel ping HT0 interface R2 HT0 interface? B. Can R1 we are already seen it, and then why? and solution. Okay, did you finish? Have you finished the configuration? Yeah? So, first question. Here I am on R1, sorry, on CentOS. I'm going to exit. I'm Pastel. So, can this CentOS ping this interface? Why? Second, can he ping this interface? Let's check. So ping, I'm going 10, 10, 10, 1, and it says network is unreachable. So what's the reason? Firewall on the router? Well, he has a firewall, but not a firewall. Why does not this CentOS ping this interface? It certainly pings this one because we made an SSH connection to this router. But why doesn't he ping this interface? 10.10.01. Question. Why? So let's see what routes he has. Right now, the only route that the Pastel, the CentOS has is this one. So the destination will be to NP0S8. So let's check the configuration of the interface. Not network scripts. So ES device, IP address. What is missing here? What is missing? If this the information from this CentOS wants to leave the interface, where he must put the information. So he's missing here a gateway. If he has a gateway, he knows that when there is a network that he doesn't know on this route, we'll put in on this interface. So gateway will be 192.168.10.254. So if you want to go to another network, not the broadcast network where he is, he will send information directly to this gateway. I'm going to save the information, and I'm going to leave, perhaps it's better, I'll do if down NP0S8. I'll bring it up again, and right now if you do a ping, now we reach. Okay? So one reason was of answer CentOS or interface NP0S8 on CentOS needs a gateway or a default route. last default route. Okay, so right now this computer, this the CentOS, can ping this interface. But what about this one, 10.0.02? Can you ping it? A check. Ping 2, and he's trying to ping, but he doesn't receive any reply. Why is not pinging? Or else perhaps he's pinging but is not receiving the reply, echo reply from the R2. So let's check here on R2 what is arriving to that interface. This Vyos version comes already with a TCP dump. That's a software that you can use to listen to protocols into ports that are arriving. To use the TCP dump, you need to go to the system, to the Debian system, and right now you can ask TCP dump -e will sorry, this is not okay, -e, and the interface will be HT0, and we're going to listen to all ICMP, and we'll be very verbose to check TCP dump. It's missing here a P. Okay, and right now, as you can see, Control S, I'm going to stop it. As you can see, there is information from the IP address of the interface of the CentOS is trying to ping echo request. So he sends the ping arrives here, but echo request doesn't arrive to the CentOS. Why? Why does not the information arrive to the CentOS, since the ping arrives here? What's missing? What are the routes that this router knows? Let's check. Route here. As you can check, there is no default route. I'm going to the Vyos again. Exit also. Show IP route. And all the routes that this router, the R2 router, knows, it's those where he is connected to the interfaces. So you have to create here a static route, and I'm going to configure here and make the static route. So we'll do set protocols static route, and we have route for IPv6 and for perhaps I'll do this on the via SSH. Sorry, just let me log in as so on R2 set protocols static route and route, and after the route we'll say what will be the network static route. So we'll say everything that will be used or passed to 192.168.10.0. This is the network, right? /24. The next op, will be what? The IP address of this interface, 10.10.10.1, 10.0.0.1, 10.0.0.1. here is still waiting for the ping, but if we make a commit, if you had this route, you can come here and check that right now is already pinging. So you need to make a static route here so that the package can be delivered to the solution. Another thing is R2 needs a static dynamic. You'll see that could be also dynamic route to send the package back. Okay. So the solution is adding this route only for this network. Now come here and see run show IP route. You'll find out that right now he will send with this what do you know what means one here? Through HT0. Okay. Now what is missing, I'm going to stop the video here. Now you have to add this router and make the configuration so that from this server you can reach to this interface or that interface or any of these interfaces. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here and then you will do as a task. So I'm going to stop.